in its own, man. Have y'all heard about this fraternity? I think it was two of them. They hooked up and was pushing big weight up at Penn State. That's right. They was up there pushing big weight up at Penn State, and they got about 14 of them. You know, they said they had the initiates. You know the what they call them? Not initiates, but pledges. You know they had them up there bagging it up. They didn't turn Penn State into the Carter. Yes, indeed, they was up there. Yeah, they up there and then turn Penn State out. They supposed to be up there studying and shit, trying to get a degree so they can go, take care of the rest of their life. And they up there sniffing dope. They was up there sniffing. I don't know what they was selling. I'm gonna have to check back off into it. But the sounds of it, they probably up there. It sounded like they were selling that, that that cane. I think they were selling cane. You know what I'm saying? So they was up there, yeah. They up there tripping. Then turned the goddamn campus out. This is the fraternity. This is goddamn fraternity. So times is motherfucking hard. They like fuck these degrees. You know what I'm saying? We about to take it back to the streets. Hey, them motherfuckers say fuck. They done turned the campus into the block. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, they out there got motherfuckers posted and shit at the library and shit. Motherfuckers in there, go up in there, go up in the library. They passing packs up under the tables and shit. Yeah, boy. I'm telling you. And then they just popped, they just, shot some people up at what? Was that Virginia State University? They just shot up about 5 people. So, man, they didn't turn the university, man, the campus into the block. Straight up. It go down. You probably be safe on the block. Motherfucker. Motherfuckers talk about they leaving the block to go to school so they could get away from this shit and go up to school, and they selling more cane on the campus than they do in the hood. Oh my God, man! And so they say they've been this has been an ongoing thing that they've been selling big weight up there for a minute now. You see, it ain't just started. They've been selling big weight up there. 14 people. And they're going to get the snitching. Motherfuckers is going to get the snitching because they about to put some, Yeah, I remember. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy, man, that, and they supposed to be, and that just show you that the motherfucking politicians, because the fraternity niggas ain't nothing here, Freemasons and shit and all of that. Yeah, they up in there doing it big. So in Pennsylvania, Penn State, like damn, they up there doing it like that. They had a plan. And I heard the names, and it was white boys, because if it was some niggas, they'd have had their face plastered all over the fucking news. You know that. If it would have been some niggas, they would have had their face plastered all over the news. So it was some white boys, and yeah, it was some white boys. They had them old funny ass names, and I say, but they gonna put their face up there in a minute, But if the niggas had did it, yeah, yeah, it's an Ivy League. But that just show you, because white people, that's coke. And I think the way they was talking cocaine, if it was crack, they'll say crack. You know what I'm saying? So if they say cocaine, they probably up there doing powder and shit and all of that. That's white people shit. You know what I'm saying? That's white people shit. All that, And so you already know Ivy League, they do big cane. Shit, that's all they do. Don't nobody want to talk about it, but it's true. It's true. You know, that's what they do. They go in there, yeah. They probably in there doing lines in the library. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing lines. Look out for me. You look out for me, motherfucker, right in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, they might get their ass on the Rico. They might get their ass on the Rico. You know, ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, hey, believe me, it ain't, they been knew about it. Ain't no telling. They probably had the dean up in there doing lines. They had the dean up in there. They come, that motherfucker up in there. He up in there with his cards and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like, man, I'm guaranteeing you, they probably, yeah, the ha. Yeah, I guarantee you, they probably had the professors. They probably had a couple professors. You know what I'm saying? Walking, just drop me something. Drop me something. That's how they do. You gonna find out one of the dean and all of that, the librarian. You know what I'm saying? She in there sleep in the back, knock the fuck out. Everybody high. Yeah, but hey, man, that's what it is. That's what it is. But damn, yeah, again, Ivy League, and that don't mean shit. Ivy League don't mean shit. All of them is dope fiends and shit. Black people do smoke weed. Majority of them, yeah, probably some of them niggas on some pills too. Some of them crazy pills and shit. But for the majority of niggas, they probably smoking weed. Which is legal for most people. But you still can't sell it on the campus, like nigga, you in the hood. They up there, major distribution. They didn't turn Penn State into the Carter. Do you hear what I'm saying? They up in there running that shit like the Carter. Nino Brown and shit. But hey, they can't say shit about, black people at all. And ain't no need to keep bringing that shit up because these motherfuckers is off the chain. They off the chain with they shit, and you up in there major. How in the fuck you thought that was gonna last? You got to have some real big balls, man, to open up a candy shop, nigga, on on the campus. Yeah, nigga, you didn't turn the school dormitory into the candy shop. Yeah, ain't nobody passing. Motherfuckers ain't even showing up for the test. Ah, you know how they do. They said they you know how they do. They put a camera in the room and shit and still be sleeping and shit, recording and shit. Get somebody to record the motherfucking the class and shit. But yeah, I can't wait to. They probably didn't put their face up there already. You know what I'm saying? They probably didn't put their face up there already. They gonna have to, you know. But they when they get to snitching, I want to find out. Is some of the higher authorities up at Penn State involved in that? Cause I be damned. Yeah, yeah, I be damned. I be damned if they ain't motherfucking if it been going on for a while, they knew about it. Cause somebody gonna say something. You know? Yeah, somebody gonna say something. Yeah, they got that candy over there. Oh man, what bring me a pack. You know what I'm saying? Even if they sending somebody else to go over there. Yeah, well, Ann Arbor, they been off the chain up there. They might have just decriminalized it, but that motherfucker been up there. Them motherfuckers, anything goes. Ann Arbor. Man, please. Anything goes up there. They just as bad. They probably doing the same thing. Ain't nothing but dope fiends, alcoholics, and up there on at Michigan. Yeah, ain't nothing but dope fiends and alcoholics up there. Believe it. You know, them motherfuckers, you know, they try to manage that shit. But it is what it is. Anyway, family, we going live, man. I got an hour. I'm gonna put in an hour on Patreon, man. We're gonna be talking about the Egyptian mystery system, man. I want y'all in the house because it's gonna be mind blowing. You know, I got the visuals off the chain, so don't even hesitate to be in the house. I see, click the link right down in the video description. I'm gonna do a couple more on Sarah. I got to report to the family, and then boom, head on over to the Patreon. Boom, Black Power.